God, it's Thursday. I'm back, guys. It's Thursday. That means it's Tasha's day. And I'm here to do another video. And dang, my ponytail looks voluminous. I feel like a poodle. Hola. So this week's topic is what to do if you cannot afford or you cannot transition. Well, let me tell you my 2 cents. I'm in a predicament where my country and my home country will pay for your transition. There are programs that you can sign up for that will pay for your transition if you are in Canada and if you are in England. Both countries will support therapy. They'll also support hormone replacement. In Canada, they sometimes do commit cosmetic procedures depending on the severity and therapeutic advice. And they will also cover gender reassignment in both countries. So, for those of you who cannot transition or cannot afford to transition, you can afford to transition if you live in those countries. But say you're in the predicament that you're in the US and your government sucks. Well, let me tell you some things that you can do. Because transition, whether all of your surgeries and procedures are provided to you, it's still bloody expensive. You have to get new clothes, new wardrobe, like new makeup, probably makeup in general because you probably don't own any. There is just a whole situation that you have to go through in order to prepare for your transition, and there's a lot that can be done without transitioning. I mean, say you're young and your parents are against you transitioning, or you're scared to transition because you still live at home, or maybe you live in an area where it won't be safe to transition, so you decided not to at this current point in time. There are so many things that you can do. So many. And the list will go on forever. But the very first and foremost thing that you need to do in order to prepare yourself for a transition and help you with your transition is to find the closest LGBT center to you. Now, most areas, and I'm talking about most areas, will have some sort of LGBT community center, whatever, maybe a night during the month where a bunch of LGBT people will come and talk about their issues and hang out and get to know each other. And that's really important. I mean, first of all, you have to get comfortable with being in that environment. Not saying that once you transition you will be involved in the LGBT community, but it will allow yourself to be open to talking about and expressing and have other people expressing their gender variant views, beliefs, and people who are under the same umbrella as you are. So it's really important to go out there and to make sure that you are in contact with the right people. Build bonds with these people, at least try to, because these are the people that are going to be more likely to help you in your current situation. Also, a lot of these centers provide counselors, and those counselors will give you more resources and more things that you can do to help you in your transition. They're not a therapist, but they can still help you help by listening and helping you try and navigate through your problems and your situation. Also, if you're in a situation where it's dangerous for you to transition because of maybe your parents' beliefs or the town you grew up in or the high school you go to or whatever, going and contacting one of these centers. I mean, if you don't have one in your town, what's the next closest city to you? So, I mean, for me, I grew up in a really small town called Maple Ridge. Closest city to me was Vancouver. So I would have to go to Vancouver, which, I mean, it would cost me, maybe $5 to take the bus to get there, but it's worth it because these people have resources. And if you're in an unsafe environment like that, they will actually have contacts to places that will provide to you. They will help you get out of that environment. I mean, they can help you find housing, they can help you find shelter, they can help you find the support, they can help you find a job, they can help you get through school. These people will help try to provide to you everything that they can, and they are out there. So you just need to get in contact with the right people and do the right amount of research. The next thing I would say to do is get a job. If you are of age to get a job in your country, get a job. The reason why I say this is because you may hate it. It may be the worst job ever. You could be flipping burgers, or you could be mopping up toilet bowls. But the point is that you're making money with your own work. And with that, you can buy the things that you want with your money. And no one can control that. My advice is open a high interest savings account. Buy some bonds, some savings bonds, because over time that will grow. Say you are 15 and you buy a 10-year savings bond where you have an interest of 5% and you're putting, say, $100 of your earned money away in this account. By the time you are 25, you are going to have well over 50 grand for you to spend on everything that you need. Dead serious. You can pay for FFS, you can get your surgeries, you can pay homos, you can get yourself a place, you can make sure you're comfortable so that you're outside of that environment. It will take hard work, and it will take a while. You know, nothing happens overnight, and I have to stress this to you. But overall, you should know that these things are there for you. And it takes a lot of money to transition. I've spent in the last year going to appointments, buying clothes, buying makeup that I need rather than what I wanted. Has costed me well over 5,000 pounds, okay? And that's because I had to start from scratch. I needed to go and get makeup. I have sensitive skin, so I have to be really choosy about what I put on my face. So I had to do my research into brands, into what works for me. Also, hair. I wanted to grow my hair, and I needed to figure out what I can do to make myself feel like myself, even though I cannot take hormones at the moment. So I looked into growing my hair out till it was long enough where I can get sew-in extensions, and that worked for me for a while. And look how long my hair is now. My hair comes down to my shoulders, and this time last year my hair was like this short. No joke. So there is a possibility you can do it. And I mean, clothes are expensive because you don't think about all the little things, like things to tuck with, new perfume, because you don't want to smell like a man, new deodorant, because that's kind of, if you wear Old Spice and you're a woman, then there's something wrong with you. Just saying. You know, things like body razors, facial razors, tweezers, bras, underwear, clothing, you know, shoes, you know, like, you're not going to be wearing your running shoes or your Dakosas all the time now. You know, you're going to need to get the girl alternative to your wardrobe. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be expensive stuff. You can go to the thrift store and buy a million things for like $100. But you'll have something, and that's the important part. And start accumulating that stuff over time. Makeup, until you open it, won't expire. So, go and buy all those makeup things. Put them away, you know, put them somewhere out of the way, maybe like a safety box where no one will find it. Take clothes, buy shoes, buy bras, buy tucking underwear, buy regular underwear. Take and buy all those things and store them in maybe like a Rubbermaid container that you keep in your closet or something that no one will be able to access. And that when it comes time to, you will be able to access. And these are all things that you can do in order to help yourself. The next thing that you can do is research. Research, people. Researching is so important. You cannot transition without doing any sort of research. So important. You know, like, there is so much more to transition than just looking like a girl. You know, you have to mentally change your train of thought. You have to mentally adapt to your new role in society. These are huge important things. And none of this stuff involves you taking any hormones or going full-time or anything. These are things that you can do in the safety of your mind, the safety of your computer, and the safety with your own money to help yourself. And this is the beautiful thing. So you really have no excuse to do any of these things at all. You know, research is so, so important. You need to know which psychiatrists are in your area that will be able to help you with gender identity issues. Even general practitioners, you need to make sure that the general practitioner you go to has a good track record in dealing with these sorts of people. If you phone LGBT centers or even trans centers or trans-specific environments, they should be able to have a list of recommended GPs within a certain radius of them that you can go to that are very good for that sort of thing. You're also going to want to know what's going to happen on hormones, because honey, you're going to have to prepare for that. In fact, there's no real way to prepare for it because it's different for everybody, and you know, but at least you can get a good idea of what it is you can go through. And I mean, you have to prepare yourself for the adversity you're going to face too, because transitioning is no fucking walk in the park. Sorry for my language, but it's true. I mean, transitioning, you're going to get stared at. People are going to call you names. You know, some girls are not going to be fortunate enough to look like a girl right off the bat. You know, some girls are not going to sound like a girl right off the bat. It's all going to take practice. You know, that's another thing. Work on your voice. You know, you don't have to do it in public. You can do it by yourself, in your room, maybe when no one's around. You can go to a park where it's empty and you can practice your voice. There's tons of resources out there. Just watch so many videos, read tons of books. You know, just do everything you can. It's so, so, so important, you know. Don't go into this unprepared, or else you're going to fail. I'm serious. You know, you're going to be eaten alive by the world because you did not prepare yourself. And these are all tools that you can use to prepare yourself, you know. And I'm sorry to say, in reality, no matter how many clothes you buy, no matter how much research you do, you're not really going to be able to prepare for the experience, because the experience is going to be something that you live in the time of, and there's no way to prepare for it. I mean, no way whatsoever. I mean, I am, if there are girls out there who are self-medicating and that's on them, I personally think that you should just wait. A lot of biological men do not stop growing or stop going through puberty until they're 25. So that gives you time. When you're 18, you are legally allowed to leave your house. In fact, you're legally allowed to leave your house whenever you want. You could divorce your parents legally. That you, at the age of 18, you can have stuff. Basically, you're legal to do things. You can vote. You can sign a lease. You know, you can go and rent a house. You can do all those things. And between 18 and 25 is 7 years of hormone therapy that will help you. My personal belief is from the time you start puberty to the time you're 25, and again, this is variant for everybody. From the time you start puberty, which is around 13, 14 for boys, and goes on until you're 25, that's a long time. And I mean, 5 years of that is nothing compared to the 7 that you get to look forward to, you know. Also, last piece of advice is to join an online forum. You know, there are resources out there like the T-Girl Network on Facebook, Susans.org, the TS Roadmap. Those are all good resources to go and look at and talk to other trans women. Ask stupid questions, because they're all there to answer them. We've been through. We've all had the same questions, you know. But realize that it's not a therapy session. These girls live their own experience, and that you are not their responsibility. Alright? And you have to take responsibility for yourself. But those are some things that I suggest you can do to prepare yourself for your transition. And I wish you all the best of luck. If you want to know more about me, you can go to my channel, which is XoQuestionMarkoX. And I will see you guys on next Thursday for another video. And I really do hope this is helpful to some of you. And remember to love and respect yourself most of all. And I will see you next time. Bye.